CTFs and 2-1 in the S&Ds. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Take it away, Maven and Chance.
Thank you, sir. Chance, let's get it. So we're going to be on docks for our first two maps. OpTic Gaming, obviously one of the stronger hardpoint teams in the game. This is going to be a tough battle here for Ghost.
And the thing for OpTic Gaming on this map is they are going to need to outslay their opponent. We've seen it time and time again. If it's close in this slang, OpTic Gaming has struggled in the start right now all the way of Ghost Gaming. Again, they had 2 matches under their belt already just today. You know their fingers are going to be warm.
And that's big. I mean, we talk about OpTic Gaming, sometimes a team that's guilty of slow starts. So if you combine that with the hot hand in Ghost Gaming, maybe the first half of this for Ghost is where you have to put OpTic away. Really get a big lead, a lead that OpTic aren't going to be able to claw back in on. Because you think if OpTic keeps it close, at least in the opening 5 minutes or so of this game one, they'll likely be able to turn up the longer and longer this game goes. But what more could you ask for from Ghost right now? They got set up in lights. They got the first 40 seconds here in Statue. This has been perfect for them thus far.
Very controlled game, but Karma's causing problems. He's been the sole member of OpTic Gaming that's able to slip through and essentially break the spawns by himself, forcing out Ghost Gaming towards those lower docks, but at the same time, you lose 46 on Statue. That is a hell of a hole to dig yourselves out of, but the setup is here. They have a player that's going to watch B cut, 2 players stacked in the back, Karma and Scump each able to pick up one. Yes, Pander's there, but Scump is waiting for him.
Scump set up, takes the gunfight though, and Panther, the patience pays off for a moment, at least as he plays the back box. But look at this flank coming in from Crim6. There's the first, second around the edge, the hip fire connects. And the Crimbot able to get it done as they're forcing the spawn all the way out at underground. Still 30 seconds or so here, and OpTic, if they can continue to hold, a chance maybe to get the lead in their favor, but here comes the flood. 2 kills for GodRx. They're able to apply pressure from the front. It's going to be a 3-on-1 here for Crim6. He's going to drop Parasite with some clutch kills, and your last man up. That was actually maybe kind of a big 1-on-1. If Formal wins that, at least they're able to contest a little bit, but as it stands, OpTic's going to rotate, Chance.
Yeah, you were exactly right. Formal wins that. That's, what, 10, 12 seconds that Ghost Gaming just doesn't get. So there's going to be that 25-point lead, but OpTic does have control. This is the second time now, actually, that they've won the rotation battle. Got to see what the setup looks like in Karma again with the 2-piece to open things up. GodRx trying to come on the pinch, but you got to connect with those shots. Formal taking him down in the AR head-to-head.
So this ends up being almost a perfect sequence of events here for OpTic. You know, you give up the 15, 20 seconds there at the end, but you set up now for docks, and all the kills seem to be going your way. Finally, you get a little breathing room in here top mid. Can Lacefield maybe open something up? The problem is, though, he wins that 1-on-1. The rest of his team is coming off a spawn, so Lacefield will get cleaned up. They're not able to make a play behind his mid control, and now they're at risk of losing setup for Barrel. If Crim6 gets him behind and wins one more, it might have gotten scary. Oh, look at that spawn top right. Crim6 gets a very nice spawn here at the next hard point.
This exact same thing happened to OpTic Gaming against FaZe at playoffs, but it was the opposite way that happened.
Yeah,
this time, Crim's going to get the spawn and inside the hill, but Ghost Gaming is pushing up the right side, but at the same time, you just got to give credit to OpTic on the Docks Warehouse Hill, right? Not only do they get back in the game, they were down by 25, now they're up by 30.
Well, I remember it was like, what, 48-0 or so to kick it off. Like, it was perfect at Statue for Ghost. Since then, they've only put 10 or so points on the board, so it's been ugly, and now you're getting broken from the back. Your player in the hard point's been isolated. There's a big gunfight going on mid-map as well. I believe Crim6 gets one before that's traded out. The player in the hard point goes huge. That's GodRx that keeps them alive here. He was isolated and able to win a couple of gunfights.
Yeah, now the players have to flood in once again. Parasite and GodRx are going to be waiting for him. Got to keep in mind the streaks are coming in, but then Karma pulls off the 2-piece once again. Lacefield in the back is going to get shut down, and the break is there. 27 seconds left on the hill, and it's not even scrap time. That is a huge chunk of time for OpTic to be able to get. Ghost Gaming, though, maybe they give it one more attempt. They do get those back spawns to come in, but that might be good for OpTic Gaming because now they're going to be pre-set up for the next hill.
They are set up at Crane. You have your main AR set up deep. The rest of the players roaming. Crim kind of trailing around fire, trying to locate Lacefield. The gunfight's going to fall to Formal, and he's able to at least tag him up, feed him to Crim. And now they're set up nicely for Crane, like you mentioned. Here comes the 4-man hit from the front. This is going to be big. See if these nades can connect for Ghost Gaming as they try to push on through, Chance.
Formal should get taken down, shot in the back, but maybe it took a little bit too long because Formal does take one with him. Now there's only one player coming to the hill, and the utility you see is going to have an effect as well as the new nades and new stuns come in from Ghost Gaming. But either way, very controlled setup once again. I mean, think at the start of the game, right? Ghost Gaming goes up 46-0. Since then, they've scored 26 points.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's been the same story for the last couple of hard points. Just can they get any points? And that's what OpTic's scary. I mean, when they're beatable in hardpoint, like we saw yesterday as they dropped 2 to Envy, you know, Envy's winning the rotation battle, and they're able to go gun on gun with them. But when OpTic Gaming is winning the gunfights and getting the early setups on just about every hard point, that's when you have a scoreline like this.
And then the slaying too, as well, just all in favor of OpTic Gaming, out slaying by something like 10, 12 kills at the moment. And again, we said that's what they need to do. They've executed to perfection so far. Crimsix is working on some streaks, and he has his next target in his sights. GodRx over by Lower Docks, who's just pegging him up through some smoke.
Yeah, that's going to get Crim on his belly here for a moment as he wants to get the streaks through the smoke. There's one, snaps to the second. GodRx is weakened. He's going to re-peek, challenge, and it's going to go Crim's way. So there he is on an 8th streak, fully streaked out as he is soaring around the map and certainly controlling the tempo right now of this game. He's had a great one so far.
Well, we are back to statue. This is where Ghost Gaming stalled the most success, so they're going to need to try to do it again. And as soon as you say that, the streaks come in because they have quite a few toys to play with. Going to take him out of the hill. OpTic Gaming able to get reset up. The gunfights, though, I guess back and forth, getting traded out. But yeah, OG comes on top. If you're Ghost Gaming, what can you do? You have so much in front of you have to take care of. Such a tough spot.
And I like what you're seeing out of Karma as well. 20 and 14 right now. He might have been the best player on OpTic Gaming when you talk about playoffs. Yesterday, a little bit of hit or miss. I saw him really struggle on some maps, really be that top flex player that he's capable of being as well. We know this team can live and die sometimes by his performance, and right now you're getting a solid one for sure. But this is where the domination started for OpTic Gaming. Here at the Main Street Hardpoint, can Ghost Gaming do a better job? It looks like it so far, at least, they're not letting an early setup. You do have a pinch opportunity developing for OpTic, though, as 2 spawn out.
They also have streaks, right, from Crim. I'm not sure if he's going to go for calm in. It looks like he's just going to go for the gun, push up, try to get that player over by B cut. But I guess not a terrible setup for Ghost, right? You got Parasite that's watching the pinch, and yes, he gets taken down, but now Ghost Gaming knows exactly where they need to look. And you can see GodRx, well, was going to be working on streaks of his own. Someone for Ghost Gaming really needs to pick it up. Look at GodRx to maybe be that guy.
See if he can do it, but it was Scump kind of on the other end that started to get something going. I believe his streak ended at 5 as he started to make the plays. Now, last time, if you were OpTic, you kind of gave this up with about 15 seconds left, and it allowed you to set up for Docs and get a perfect 60. This time, Ghost is going to be the one in it early. You've got GodRx in a position here at Crane to disrupt the rotation out. It comes down to this hard point for me. Like, if you're Ghost, you have to have a really strong hold. If OpTic breaks you, it's likely game. Will it end on this hard point? No, but this is the key one for me.
Absolutely, and Crimsix, of course, the streaks that he has probably won't even be effective on this hill necessarily. Sure. So a lot of potential here, but you see the contest is coming in at the moment. Got to win the key gunfights, and who is it? Crimsix leading the charge, picks up 2. Yes, he gets traded, but the pinch is in as well. Now the player inside the hill, he takes one down with him, but you got to imagine he's going to get traded. And there you go, OpTic Gaming gets the artillery in as well. That was Ghost Gaming's opportunity, and they got shut down real hard.
Yeah, I mean, basically it's exactly what I said couldn't happen. You couldn't allow them to break in early. It's exactly what OpTic does, and this is where they're more than likely going to bury him. The lead about to be up to 100. It's Ghost scrambling across the map, just fighting for any second they're able to pick up. But this has been all OpTic in game 1, 216 to 116. Crimsix plus 10. Karma, a solid game as well. It's been objective by committee. I mean, this is exactly what you want to see from some standpoint. Like, you have everybody with like a minute plus in the hard point, but then the guy that's been flying around and finding the kills is Crim. That's what you want. Not only 9 seconds, sure. If you're going to be 28-19, I'll take it.
Yeah, I mean, when OpTic Gaming is good on Docs, it just seems to be dominating, right? All the kills in their favor. The rotation battles are going well. The streak usage has even been perfect. Crimsix uses the glide bomb to get one in the back. Now you got Formal watching the cousin. Yes, he gets killed, but all the time's been going in OG's favor anyway. More streaks, by the way, have been earned by Karma, who's trying to find Parasite all the way in the back. And yeah, he's not losing those gunfights. Up close with a PPSH. OG looks to close this game out very, very soon. More streaks just for the cherry on top for that 250-121 victory.
It wasn't close. It wasn't close. OpTic Gaming looked very strong there, and that was a map that I thought if you were Ghost and you were warmed up, you need to come in and steal. They weren't able to do it.
No stealing to be found there. OpTic going up 1-0 here in the series, making it look easy. Business as usual, etc., etc. Fellas, you said they had to come out swinging, and they have certainly done that. As you can see, OpTic 250 to 121, and at times that was pretty messy, John.
I mean, look, Ghost Gaming, they come out to a strong start to that hardpoint map, but they just fell off after that. I think Panda had a strong start. He went something like 7-3 through the first 2 hills, but once Crim gets going, he's just impossible to stop. It was really him and Karma throughout the majority of the map for OpTic Gaming, while, you know, Scump and Formal, they just had to sit inside the hill, stay alive, and soak up time.
It wasn't pretty. I mean, if you take that first hardpoint, that first statue away, it's basically, what, a 250-70 type frame? Yeah. It wasn't close. after Statue just was not close at all.
Yeah, I mean, I think the play for me was like Karma, right? They had the great Statue Hill, you rotate over towards Sandbags, and Ghost Gaming actually had a near perfect setup. It was Karma that like slipped through, not only picks up 1 kill just to get the opening for his teammates, but finds the second as well. As soon as he gets that 2-piece, he's the guy that gets through the cracks of the setup for Ghost Gaming, opens it up. From there, it was nothing but OG.
Well, there you go, OG winning the first map. We're going to take a quick dive into Delta. We're on map number 2 between EZG Blue and TK, and what do you know? EZG Blue won the very first map, 250 to 229, and holy moly, have things been going their way since then.
This is almost kind of what I was saying a little bit. Like, you're seeing some of these new teams that looked so good yesterday coming back down to earth a little bit. And not to say the honeymoon period's over, but like you could have looked at yesterday with all those teams 3-0 leading the group, and they were just going to destroy everybody. You're seeing them come back to earth a little.
There we go. That is going to be another round toward the way of TK. But John, I mean, you've caught a little bit of this game. The one player I really want to touch on is Norks. He is so confident right now. I mean, he was a player I saw pull out a sniper rifle on the CTF and flag tower and just like open up the map with a snipe, get a couple of kills out of it, and then he and his team ran off for trying to get a flag cap. Same can be said here.
Yeah, if you were watching CWL Birmingham at all, you might notice some of these players on the side of EZG Blue. They made it into the pools. They were playing under Vast for that event, and even though they didn't have the best performance in pools, it seems like they built on their mistakes that they made there. And I mean, look, they're hanging toe-to-toe with TK right here. They're up a map. They have a good shot here at maybe taking this search and destroy, which is something nobody would have expected. So you love to see that, right? You have a poor event, you come back, you build upon that, and now they're looking better.
Well, I think it's even impressive, too, considering the fact that they fell short in relegation. So it happens on Thursday, right? It wasn't pretty. I think they got I want to say they were like 3-0, 3-0. I don't think they had very many close series, at least in relegation. So you're already disappointed you're not going to get into stage 2 and get into pools here. But the fact you're able to battle through the open bracket and get into pools, I don't know, shows a little resilience, I think.
Yeah, huge amount of resilience and an amazing amount of ability to stay in this one. I mean, I equated Team Calidor to the Avengers a moment ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe with a team that have come from open bracket chance. I mean, are you shocked by this? Any thoughts here?
It's just such a tough call. I mean, I think just speaking of this like specific search and destroy game, you see a lot of what you expect from TK, right? Like Pharaoh, he has the only 3 kills that he has are all first bloods. We saw him get first blood of this round. I expect that's been the theme throughout the game. Now, of course, you have players with snipers trying to retake. Kenny gets 1. Now you got Methods trying to go for the second in another 1v2 clutch coming out from Methods to solidify the round from TK.
TK on map point now, trying to tie the series up, and that would be a lovely way to do it. Can they find something special here? Clint, I mean, again, we're talking about the resilience of EZG Blue, excuse me, but is this a kind of, are we seeing TK fall off a little bit here? Is this part of the problem of them being a new squad?
I don't know if falling off's the right word. I just think, like, I don't know if we overhyped them, but again, it's just that the teams look so strong this year. We talked about Envy, Echo Fox, and TK leading their group. We talked about the record of 13-3 for all these new squads. I think it was a combination of some of the top teams that stuck together as having like a slow day yesterday. So I think we're going to find out that basically, I think these teams are in the middle, somewhere in the middle of where we thought they were maybe yesterday and where they actually are. That's how I see it.
You also got to keep in mind, EZG Blue, they've been playing through the open bracket. They've played matches already today. For Team Caliber, this is the first match, the first series that they've had to play today. Other than that, you've just been sitting in the pro lounge warming up. It's just a different feeling. And maybe TK just aren't adjusted to how EZG Blue play.
That's true. That's true. But we had that same concern with OpTic, and they came and just smoked them. But that's true. It affects players and teams differently.
We saw EZG Blue going up against Splice earlier today, and that was, it was hours and hours ago. I mean, by then they've just been playing constantly since then. So yeah, it's definitely going to be something that's going to warm them right up. But here we go, TK. Map point, they've got the bomb down, and it's a 2v3 right now, and streaks are coming out for Methods.
Yeah, and the streaks should just guarantee them the win, main advantage. These players are probably not going to have Mountain. Llama God does, but he's going to get shot at as well, so the Glide Bomb's going to be able to find him. 3v1, bar a miracle. TK would be able to win this round, no problem. And
it's Artillery Barrage the Bomb. Artillery Barrage the Bomb, secure yourself the map win. It's done and dusted from there.
All right. Firefight above. 15 seconds on the clock. Here we go. He's going to drop as much as he possibly can down there, but hey, man.
Could be centered a little bit better, but it's not enough time for him to get to the future.
Just to nitpick, John, you're right. It could be a little bit better, but Parzillion, if he had been a little bit more on top of the clock, that could have been a slightly different result. Either way, we are going to see TK tie that series up, and we are almost ready to jump into our Search and Destroy on London Docks with OpTic Gaming versus Ghost Gaming. And my goodness, boys, I mean, quick predictions, John, on the Search and Destroy. How are OpTic looking this event?
OpTic have been looking pretty good. I mean, I haven't seen like too much from them aside from that loss that they had against Team Envious, but it's certainly been a game mode that they've been, I think they've been focused on in the camp of OpTic Gaming.
It was Docks for Envy where they struggled too.
We'll see if they are going to struggle here, if it's going to be Struggle Street in London, or if they're going to find themselves atop a London bridge, screaming and shouting as they manage to get another win here in pool play. OpTic Gaming versus Ghost Gaming. Search and Destroy, map number 2. Gentlemen, take it away.
So Chance, Joe and I casted this yesterday, and it was, I mean, it was like a 6-2 victory for Envy on London Dock Search and Destroy. It was not close. Like, OpTic did not look strong at all. Curious to see what they'll be able to do, but take a look at the lower third here. OpTic has a 2-1 S&D record. However, they only have a 38% first blood percentage. Does that tell you anything in particular with the low first blood percentage?
It means they've been clutch. The start of the rounds have been rough, but they've found ways to win. That's something, though, that might be a bit of a concern long term, because, again, against those top teams like your Envy, if you're not getting the first bloods, you'll get punched.
They were getting picked apart. Like, I mean, Chino's flying at mid-map with a sniper, like Water Steps just getting quick picks. They had no map control on London Docks at all. It was not pretty. It was like a 4-minute game. It wasn't pretty at all. So, but the good thing, though, I think if you're OpTic, to get smoked on something like London Docks history against Envy, that's probably something you talk over with TP maybe last night, or they just don't care and they come in and try to play better today.
Well, at the same time, it's also their best map. It's their most played thing, and this is what I'm curious about, is how much does Ghost Gaming know about them? Because we saw them play it against FaZe, I think, like twice, so they definitely were watching the finals, right, of playoffs. So Ghost Gaming is going to have more information in this series, because I guarantee you, OpTic Gaming, where would they have even seen the Ghost game played, right? So, like, even if they're watching the other two maps, I don't even know if Ghost has played this S&D map yet. So, just something small to think of in the back of your mind.
Certainly true. A lot of information on one squad, not a lot for the other. Will that matter, though, is the question, because what you saw in Game 1 was, well, the better team handling business. I'm curious to see if that's going to be the theme over the course of this best of 5, but they still need 2 more victories here to secure it and push closer to trying to maybe take the group if Envy were to get upset. Wait, did Envy play them yet? Did we play Ghost yet?
Yeah, they just played them. We cast it over.
Oh, what am I talking about?
Game
Yes,
5?
yes, yeah. Envy won the game 5. So OpTic can't actually take first then, correct?
Correct. Envy is solidified in first. This is
as I was saying, I was like, why
is
is that like ring a bell? Why did I see them sitting at it? Because that's what we just casted. Yeah, so OpTic then can't get first. All right. Yeah, that's what I was trying to break down in my head, but my head was real slow.
And then even if Ghost does win this, I think they're not guaranteed to get second, because they still have to play Unilad, so things definitely get weird. Then it becomes a tiebreaker situation. So OpTic Gaming win this, you get second, and then Ghost Gaming maybe, but they still have more to play.
Yeah, so it still matters for OpTic, obviously. We just can't get in that first place spot. All right, so after a quick restart, we are ready to hop into the game 2. It's going to be Ghost on offense first. Anyone in particular you kind of have your eyes on for Ghost when it comes to search and destroy?
Sure, gotta Rex, because he's got the sniper, right? Just look pretty.
That.
I think ultimately Parasite is the guy I'm in the back of my mind expecting to have a solid performance in S&D, but you gotta watch the sniper off the rip. He's gonna gain information. We already know Scump always plays over towards there. Formal likes to play water steps. Gotta Rex gonna miss the first shot. Now Formal probably not gonna re-peek ever. Scump though, on the hunt.
And there's the first kill. The hunt successful as he lines up Lacefield as well. A great start here from Scump, and that's going to open up a path for Formal to get involved as well. Karma gets the pick of the barrel, and Scump hunts for the last one. Pander, though, at least up to the task to shut that down. So you won't give Scump 3 kills, allow him to maybe build towards streaks very early in the game, but he's still in a whole lot of trouble. But Pander wins another one. Suddenly this becomes very interesting, despite the fact that he is stuck in a position on the map, which is his spawn. Now, can he make the play? He's got bomb there right on the steps into barrel building. There's one top mid. He spotted him as well. He flicked. I thought he was going to just destroy him top mid for a second there.
I can't even believe he took the gunfight. That's an AR potentially up top mid, and he's just like, yeah,
I think it's because he hit like the first 2 bullets. Like he hit him immediately. He's like, I got this, but then he missed the rest of the shots.
Either way, though, solid round from OpTic, right? Scump gets the first blood and follows it up with the second kill as well. And him playing aggressive through A is something that we don't see from him too often. He likes to hang out in the A-bomb site, potentially wrap back. So the aggression is something you enjoy to see.
And that's something I've talked to kind of TP and this OpTic Gaming team about. Like, it's a question I've heard Scump kind of ask them, like, guys, do you think we're predictable? Like, do we need to mix things up more often, just kind of hit stuff? And
yes.
I think that's something they've been working on for sure.
I would certainly hope so. Now, of course, the aggression, once again, over towards the A side, except it's almost the entire team of OpTic Gaming headed over there. Of course, the question is essentially, how long do they wait to plant the bomb? Karma does not waste any time. And you see Parasite. He is going to be sort of watching this cross now, but 3 players have already made it, so Ghost Gaming does not have a lot of information.
No, I mean, they're so confident in their control of the A site, they can plant that out in the open. You're feeling very good if you're OpTic right now, but you still have an opportunity here for a 4-on-4 retake until Crim6 was able to find a kill. Parasite, though, quickly answering back. But with the quick plant, it puts time against Ghost very early in this.
Crim6 trying to keep control mid-map. Formal's coming up the side. Crim6 is going to fall, but now Formal's going to find one. Gets traded out, and all of a sudden, GodRx is able to find two. Karma does not get the trade, and that's a nice bounce-back round from Ghost Gaming, because you think about how it started. They hard-read that B push. OpTic Gaming, they go to A. Get the free plant, you get the perfect setup that you want, but they don't execute.
Well, we know the A is, I don't want to say easy to retake, but there are teams that play around that. Like LG, for example, jumps to mind. Like they'll have a lot of presence kind of at B and mid. They don't really stack anything at A, and they play that 4-on-4 retake. So we know teams are capable of doing that. Did I think Ghost was going to do it to OpTic in that particular situation? No, I did not. But they're able to make the break and tie it up at 1-1. But like you said, that's a big round.
Now, of course, GodRx switching away from the sniper, has the STG out. Maybe a little bit concerned about the aggression coming in from Scump. But speaking of aggression, Lacefield, he's putting up mid-map, and the smoke is not going to help him there. You see Karma's able to get a pick. Still doesn't know where he is, but he does find the kill. All of a sudden, the round is just over. Wow,
I thought that was going to get traded out, but they had a little bit of help from Water Steps. That was just sort of a cluster, I feel like, at top mid, right? And they're able to make the play. So these times where it's come down to these crazy fights, like you saw on the A site in the previous round, or right there at top mid, it seems to be going towards Ghost when it gets a little bit sloppy, maybe?
No idea. It's just a quick, panicky, chaotic round. Yeah. Either way, though, again, Ghost looking good. We've seen quite a few different strategies come out from them. I'm curious as to whether or not they're going to hard stack that B bomb site again. Now they're actually switching back, and I like to see it. Again, mixing things up as much as possible. They go the hard stack at A. How often do you see teams 3-stack the A bomb site at the start? And of course, they saw that no one crossed over. And who was it? GodRx instantly wraps back to get control of mid. So now OpTic Gaming playing hardcore for picks. They do not have any map control whatsoever.
Yeah, a lot of this is going to be on Formal, whether he can find a kill. And Parasite, will he show his head is the question. But as I asked that, Parasite looks like he's wrapping back into fire as they think the push is coming in the mid. And that's correct, because you probably got some vision there from Pander at the backside near Bus, so they know what's up. So there will be like a one-on-one towards the A site between Lacefield and Formal, but the rest of the action for now, okay, Formal's actually wrapping over, so they're going to start to hit this. Here we go. Scump in. Scump tagged immediately. He needs help.
Parasite with the opening. Scump gets the trade. 3v3. Bombs going down as well. So the time now it's going to be on OpTic Gaming side. Pressure coming in. Another trade. 2v2. Formal and Karma versus Painter and GodRx.
It's a you're waiting for that Formal Lacefield 1v1 for what felt like the entire round. Finally it happens, and the pistol kill will come in. But 2 versus 2. GodRx, this is big. You're on a 4 streak. You're working towards streaks. Painter just hops it. Painter's going to hop it. He does get picked. Karma able to find the kill. Now it's going to be all on GodRx. And again, playing for these streaks. He knows Karma's positioning. Well, he thought he knew it. He thought he was behind the boxes there, but he pushes back and gets the angle. Is OpTic Gaming able to take the round?
And he needs someone to make a play. Who steps up? 3 rings Barlow, right? Like he's on the spot, goes for the instant wrap, and again, he can sprint forever now with that latest patch, doesn't waste any time. So I appreciate the play call coming out from Ghost just to hop on it, because a lot of teams make that mistake. And of course, the bomb was planted to where it could get stretched from, but Karma made the play.
And also, you knew the second player, Formal, had killed Lacefield with a pistol. They knew he was sniping that A streets. They knew he wouldn't really have eyes on it, right? He's going to have to hit through mid-cut or wrap all the way through Cole. So yeah, I don't hate it. It's just, like you said, David Barlow up to the task. Got to hit that shot. Are you interested to see? We've seen a lot of armored players, like Armored Scope sniping, mounting out for Formal right now, and you see the stuns a little bit tricky.
Well, Crim6 able to get that first blood. Formal should have been able to see the player cross over to lower docks. We're going to see if they're just aware of that. He's going to have more players just running into his pre-aim. Parasite, though, lower docks, able to get a pick. So now we got a 2v2. They're going to be able to spot both.
Wow.
GodRx just going to beam Formal. Now Scump's got 2. Both of them weak in the sights. This is feasible. They both line up, though, double challenge at the same time. And that's another round win for Ghost Gaming.
And I don't know what the biggest kill there was, but for me, it was GodRx just beating Formal. I thought Formal was going to hit that snipe. He looked to get the angle. He knew there were 2 players there, but just got evaporated. Great shots from him, and also Parasite, who got the kill right before.
Yeah, and also Parasite being able to cross to lower docks without getting spotted. I thought Formal had the line of sight in there, but he sneaks through. Of course, he got that first pick to open the round. Well, the first pick on Crim after Crim got the first pick. But we digress. Going to the next round, we've seen quite a bit of a mix-ups from Ghost Gaming, right? We've seen them do multiple different strats on both offense and defense. They're going for the triple stack over by A once again, but Formal did spot 2 of those players into the A site.
So a lot of information now for OpTic. Now, do you make this a quick B hit, or do you wait for a pick maybe to come from Formal? He knows he saw a sniper, because GodRx just tried to I don't know, hop and hit a quick scope as he flew across. Here it comes, Pander tucked away in a corner. They don't seem to be ready for it. They are able to find another kill behind it. Karma did just push through. He's got Scump to work with, so this is still winnable here. I wonder if they get this bomb planted. He's going to go for it. He just got spotted. Oh, Scump. You're about to get a haircut. He gets away. 2-on-3.
They know both players cross. This is another situation where they might just want to try and hop the bomb once again, and they can stretch it as well. That's just going to be around. GG.
Yep. Nothing they're going to be able to do. Won't get there in time regardless. Nice job from Ghost just hopping on it. And the fact you're able to stretch it makes it easier. I don't know if it would have mattered. I don't think anyone got vision regardless of where he defused that from, to be honest with you. By the time he got back, they hopped it so quick, it still would have been a round victory.
I think you got to take the gunfights on the guys that are coming in from B cut, because especially where Scump has to plant, it's going to be able to get stretched from either side of the bomb just because you're stuck on that little side. But yeah, not willing to take the gunfights. I guess you got to give the shout out to, what was it, Pander, that had that opening pick where Karma just kind of sneaks right on by and he finds the second player. So yeah, Ghost Gaming looking good in search.
Scump, they're able to hit the cross before GodRx is able to hit the snipe. Karma shot's a little bit shaky. Formal answers back with the sniper, but Krim now isolated top statue. I like that. Just get out of there. You don't have any help from Karma. Only one that can really look over you is going to be, oh God, he gets very aggressive here. Spots two. Oh no! Almost able to snap onto Pander as well. That would have been disgusting stuff from Krim, but the damage already been done.
And they know exactly where he is. They know he has the bomb, so the information all in OpTic's favor, and they're making sure they play together for the trades. Now, Formal, I don't know if he picked up a gun. I'm assuming he did at some point, or at least he's looking for it. And yeah, there you go. Finally, the SCG. I was about to say, if he doesn't find one, we just saw two players die there, but Pander just waiting. He's just praying that he can get a pick, because obviously if he plants the bomb, then dies, he's just feeding streaks at that point.
Well, I think he's just figuring they were going to wrap back to mid, and they do. It's just not the timing that I think Pander was expecting them to do so. So now as he's going to push, he won't be seen at least pushing into fire, but if you're OpTic, got some information here. And he's wondering, you know, if they push through the site. Pander doesn't have like really any information at all.
Well, I think they just spotted each other. At least Scump, I'm pretty sure, saw him. Now he's going to spot Scump, but now you see the pinch already developing. OpTic is wasting no time. Formal on the hunt. Formal with the easy kill. And I love what I just saw from OpTic Gaming, right? Obviously, the world stars from Krim are just exciting for everyone involved, but at the same time, Formal and Scump, even though they had the man advantage, stayed right on top of each other that entire round until they had the information before they broke up to go for the pinch.
And you saw, you know, a little bit of hesitation there from Pander, who was trying to make a decision how to play that out, who didn't have any hesitation. It was kind of a sick play, like you said, Krim. Like, he's a statue. As Karma drops, does he try to wait that out or get his health back? No, he just sprints to mid-cut and immediately hits Cole, catches Ghost with their pants down, and that was just a sick play as OpTic tries to crawl back into this game. Formal now puts the sniper away, and GodRx tried that before. He tried to jump across and hit the snipe. There, he's able to connect.
Now
I'm surprised Formal looked at that with the STG after he saw GodRx try to do that 2 rounds ago.
Now the hunt's coming on, though. OpTic Gaming pushing down. Pander just going to light Scump up, and he's able to stay alive, buying his teammate time to come in to get the kill in the back, but it's going to be a little bit too slow. So Crim6 is able to...
Oh! That's a 5th round.
That's a snipe.
Yes, it is. GodRx, you filthy man. The quick scope. Sorry, Karma. You are phenomenally dead.
So he had, what, 3 kills that round? That's a good round from GodRx.
Yeah, and it's just weird because, again, 2 rounds ago, you saw GodRx kind of hop across and try to hit that sniper real quick.
Well, his teammate baited him, right? His teammate hopped across, then he goes for the jump.
But this time, like, Formal just holding with the STG, I don't know, I guess I find
just
that...
playing for information. He
well,
just
the
wants to see how many
information
people
was
cross.
there's a bullet to his head.
Yeah, he got it, though. He called it out to his teammate.
He did get the information. He also... yeah, he was super...
God, that sucks. Do you have any idea how hard that shot is to hit? Yeah. And when you get a hit mark on it, it's the worst.
I talked to John about it. He's like, it's an internal clock. Like, yes, you have to have the instinct there, but like, you know within almost a second of when they're actually going to hit it. So yeah, that's why you see people hit it a lot. Like, there's absolutely a timing to it, but man, that is painful to get the hit fire, or sorry, the hit marker. 2-on-2 though. OpTic's got to get a victory here. That's a kill from Krim. He's just trying to play his life. Needs a little bit of help. The help is not even needed. I'm not sure if he wanted, or maybe a little bit of damage there, a little bit of help from his teammate.
Dude, I just hate hit markers. I can't stand that. That shot is so ridiculously impressive to hit, and the hit marker, I mean, might not necessarily cost him the round, but it certainly didn't help, right? Like, you get that opening pick, you're feeling like you're in a great spot.
I can't remember what the exact second was, but yeah, John was like, you count to the second in your head, and you sort of know, like, right around that second they're going to come, so it makes it that much easier to react. Like, if you didn't have a timing, that's almost like impossible to hit, especially with someone someone diving across, but well, these guys are very good at games.
Yeah, that's the opening that OpTic Gaming needs, though, right? They needed something to go their way. That hit marker was it. Now they have to execute and get these next 2 rounds. Obviously not an easy task. Ghost Gaming has been on fire, especially GodRx, but it's a feasible situation. Ghost Gaming, once again, doing that triple stack towards that A bomb site, though. Karma, though, with the smoke, going to push straight through. See if he can catch the players off guard. Going to get at least 1 information on the second.
he feeds the team kill there, and he's going to push it out. He's got help from Scump now. Karma's still up. Last man's going to be Pander. It looks like it's going to be around 11 here. Unless Pander can pull off something crazy. Pander just looking. I'm trying to figure out how he wants to play this. We did see replays 1v3 OpTic in a somewhat similar situation. Obviously the position a little bit different for at least one player, because I think it was Formal kind of on this side of the map, but we've seen it happen before. Can Pander get his replays on?
That's it right there. Formal spotted on pretty sure on top of the barrels, and that should essentially decide the round, because now you just don't have time. You got to kill all 3 players, and Scump isn't even stacking up entirely with his teammates because he's going for the full.
Okay. Well, it didn't matter because they had a 3v1, but Scump
Gee whiz.
whiffing a lot of bullets there.
Yeah, he's fine.
Not usually what you see out of the King.
We'll say, though, OpTic Gaming,
We'll
when they're
today.
aggressive, it's been great, right? We've seen quite a few rounds where they open up. Karma that last round sprinted straight through, gets those first, well, not technically first blood, but it was a team kill, and it obviously helped the first round. Scump sprints right through A, gets the 2-piece. When OpTic has been aggressive, they've been successful.
Alrighty. Here we go, Chance. Round 11, a must-win map. You can certainly say for Ghost Gaming in the scheme of things here for their pool play chances. Trying to get into that champ bracket. Ghost Gaming on offense, it is a fast hit to B, and there is nothing here from OpTic.
But of course, Ghost doesn't know that. They're going to see that they're not getting any hit markers, and they're checking mid-map, so they know at least Krim is here. But Krim, well, I was going to say has all the information in the world. Now he's got nothing. OpTic Gaming, they got to react to this potential plant. Formal, though,
what?
Did he?
Where did Formal just
He
get
had to have
picked from?
wallbanged him. He walled him. That was a combination wallbang. That had to have been what Formal just did.
Oh, I didn't even see the second bullets coming in there, but it is a 3v3. Formal with first blood, but it is answered by GodRx. Now, look at number 6 in the main map. That's going to be Formal's wrapping around the flank. Oh, look at this push through fire. Oh, they're going to cut through mid. Are they going to be ready for this? You do see the repositioning of Scump. So Scump, oh, I love this from Ghost. They just hit mid-cut and go right over to Hay.
Well, Formal should be able to call that out, right? Like, did he see those
he saw
3
him.
players cross?
I don't think he saw him. Well, now he knows.
He doesn't know all 3 cross. He's still looking around. So they don't have the information that they need. So Ghost Gaming with a slight edge right here. Not that they have the bomb, and they have a decent setup as well. GodRx, though, has 2 people in front of him. Got to make a play.
Here comes Panda with the first kill. It's going to be all on Formal and Karma now to make the clutch. They don't have a lot of time. That hit over to A just puts so much pressure now on OpTic Gaming. They have to collapse. They have to collapse quickly. Lacefield tucked away in the corner. Formal is able to find another pick. He's actually working on the ace in this round. He's going to hop in, though. Not ready from behind. He's going to get traded out. So 1-on-1. 10 seconds left. He's got a challenge and not able to win it. And Ghost tie up the series at 1 apiece.
With some beautiful plays as well. Like, you got to give full credit. Mixing up
That round 11?
strategies.
Hell yeah.
Non-stop. And that's despite the fact that they got first blooded. Formal shooting people magically through walls, and they managed to clutch up. And what a ballsy play call, too, of just sending 3 players straight through mid-map to cut through fire. Like, they found the perfect angle.
Well, let's take a look at the scuff play of the game. It's going to be the last round that we just witnessed. Ghost coming up clutch. Whoever made that play call, you got to think it might have been Parasite on the side of Ghost Gaming. But we'll take a look at it here. And this is just, Formal tucked away in this corner, doesn't get as much information as he would have liked.
Yeah, all 3 players took like the perfect route to just not get spotted from the angle Formal took. So it almost was the perfect situation from OpTic Gaming. And then after this, it's gunfights.
And you're all worried. He's watching the cross. The other teammates are obviously worried about the B push. So what the first engagement really happens when OpTic started taking engagements, 15 seconds starting off the clock. Then Scump drops. You're obviously in a lot of trouble here. Formal, if he checked this corner, had a chance. I think if he got that first pick and then checks this lower corner somehow for Lacefield, maybe things go differently.
And it's a smart play from Lacefield as well. You don't want to overcommit, instantly stand up, go for the trade. He played it smart. It almost cost him because you see Karma's coming in from the other side, but 2 very smart, well actually 3. You got the play call just to go for that rotation. You got the laying down from Lacefield and the wasting time at the end there from Pander.
Well guys, Ghost Gaming, OpTic Gaming tied up at 1 apiece. It's going to be the CTF coming up next. We're going to head to Flak Tower. Don't go anywhere. Tweet the stream. We'll be right back.
It was panic on the streets of London Docks S&D. OpTic versus Ghost Gaming now tied up 1 apiece here. Still in pools. We're still good to go. There's still plenty to play for, but now we're going to roll into a search and destroy.
Are we?
I mean, a CTF, sorry. I was just thinking about what to say next, and I got wrapped up in what I just said. Wow. I am off my rocker right now. Whoa, what a good series that was. Okay, John, break that one down for us. That was all kinds of exciting. We went all the way to the round 11, and yeah.
A lot of that comes down to GuardRX and his sniper rifle play, right? He's able to get a lot of early information for his team, plus he's able to pick up some crucial kills. But another player that steps up to the plate for Ghost Gaming was Pander. He finishes with double-digit kills, and I liked a lot of the strats that Ghost Gaming actually brought to the table there. I mean, there's one round in particular, I was watching Lacefield, who threw a smoke grenade over Beer, and then it lands over near that front heady, over near Fire, blocks off that line of sight, and off the back of that, he just puts on some aggression right through the middle of the map, holds towards the gate cut, and then it gives him full control of the mid-statue side of the map, was able to find some early kills and get some good map position early for your team. Love to see smoke grenades in Search.
Oh, here we go. We may see a smoke grenade or two here on Flag Tower in our CTF Ghost Gaming versus OpTic Gaming. Gentlemen, take it away.
Thank you, Miles. Here we go. Tied up 1-1. Who's going to get the edge here in the swing game? CTF. You got to think the respawn's certainly going to favor OpTic Gaming, but they do need to answer back after dropping in that search.
It definitely favors OpTic, I'd have to say. Like, CTF has been their bread and butter game mode all year. Like, them dropping the search, it's expected almost at this point, right? But I think they'll be fine, of course, though. Ghost Gaming, you got Parasite, right? Like, he's got to be one of the smarter minds in Call of Duty, has been for many, many years. And CTF is a cerebral game. It's very important to make on-the-moment play calls in the heat of the moment. And someone has to be able to direct that traffic. You think Parasite will do a decent job of it. Either way, though, bit of back and forth right here off the rip.
The gunfights, though, both at mid-map, going to go to Ghost Gaming, so putting OpTic on there, you got to win that one-on-one, though. Lacefield wins that, and the pressure continues to come forward. They have a 2-on-1 then on the flag, at least for a second or two, but it's all going to be Pander, who's isolated in the back. That's going to at least force Karma and Scump to wrap back and deal with this, and they're able to do it. And on the other side, you see pushing forward is going to be Crim6, but Lacefield does win that one-on-one, so nobody really finding too much of an opening yet.
Yep, so far just defensive plays coming in from both teams, winning the most important kills overall. Worth pointing out, Karma getting off to a pretty nice start, that 4-1 on the 3 streak as well. Just keeping it in the back of your mind, but yeah, OpTic Gaming pouring on the pressure. There's 2 players left in the base. 4 goes Gaming. Scump's trying to overrun him. He's gonna get 2 all by himself, gets traded out by his own teammate. GuardRX is able to pick up 1. Now the plays have to get made. Karma coming around the backside, potentially able to touch this flag, but it fell apart. That nade, it fell apart.
Yeah, I mean, the only good thing about Karma still being up is it delays any sort of counter ability from Ghost. They've got to clear the base, and by the time they do that, you've already got 2 more players pushed up from OpTic. I mean, the grenades are already in the base. Like, you find Karma, and it's like, oh god, they're here again, and who slipped through? That's going to be Scump, who actually does get in behind. Now, are they going to be aware of this? Just from their positioning, it doesn't look like it. So the touch is going to come in, 1 spawns behind, Scump able to get away right onto a grenade. He's going to have to win a one-on-one in the back, and not able to do it. GuardRX there, and able to get it done.
And that's a huge one-on-one as well. If Scump picks that up over GuardRX, that might have been a flag because they had the mid-map control as well. So you got to talk about GuardRX. Had a hell of a game number 2, trying to keep it going here in game number 3. And he's leading the charge. He's going to get 2, put a 3 streak up on the board for him, and now Ghost Gaming has the opportunity to start an attack.
Well, for Ghost, they're trying to continue the momentum from the search and destroy. For OpTic, you're trying to bounce back. They're getting pushed right now. I'll tell you what, I want to quickly kick into an Astro Gaming listen in here with OpTic as they're getting pushed.
Last guy's low left. He's E-box. E-box weak, right side of it.
Okay. I don't know where he went. I think he went mid.
Yeah, he might have. Yeah,
he is. One shot in our mid.
Weak in our mid.
I'm pushing left.
Andy.
Nice, good job.
I'm coming right.
All right, I'm going low. I think one could be on amazing. Oh, top
right
of
on me. Oh, right, got me. Parasite's going mid or going through our gens.
Oh, shit. Oh, fucked.
They pulled gen.
They're probably going to get it, guys.
Top gun, low green. Could be top gun.
Our middle.
One's wood stack. Yeah, I needed him. I have your help. Set the
Weak,
right?
wood stack, Sandy.
Nice. One's right?
Pander cap.
They're top gun.
We gotta get mid control. Start getting mid control.
Front gun on me.
Alright, still life.
In our mid.
Absolute our mid.
I'm looking. One's there. Sandbag. Mid sandbag.
Last guy.
Fuck, he's one shot mid circle.
Let's get this spawn. I'm pushing gun.
Good job, guys.
Get their mid.
Yeah, keep slaying.
They're mid. Dead.
I have their skirts. I'm pushing their skirts.
Wait. We gotta slay again.
Back left from me.
They're gens. Dead.
Big win.
I need a back
On their
right.
flag, on their
I'm
flag.
coming bottom gun.
Back, low right flag.
On
On their flag, on their flag.
Back left two. Back left two. Lace, I'm one shot.
They're under their flag.
Still alive. We're gonna have to slay again.
I got naded. Back left.
Under their flag,
Back left,
dead.
Lace. Back left.
E-box, E-box. Oh shit.
Lace.
Oh, one on their
Oh,
flag
okay,
again.
okay.
Two on their flag.
One's going top gun. Get controller mid, guys.
Get mid.
Get control mid.
Yep, good into our window.
Yep.
So
Bottom mid.
On mid,
Circle.
one shot.
Picking up left. It's circle.
One probably
Mid
ran
wood.
through left.
Mid wood.
One's left. One is left for sure. He's
Yeah,
front
I'm
gunner.
going top gun.
One could be
Mini,
outskirts.
mini, on me hurt.
One's mid wood. One's right wood.
Start on me, mini.
Mid wood.
Hurt, mini.
We are back, and Ghost able to strike first, and OpTic still dealing with some pressure that's coming in. There's a 3-on-2 right now at their base. Scump, though, gets a couple of Lacefield. Gets two, though, and the pressure continues to come in. So Pander's going to be the last man here on offense. Support coming in from GodRx. It looks like Karma's going to overextend to the opposite side to leave it to the two players on defense to try and hold it. But with 20 seconds left, they've got another chance at this. Well, on both ends, really, chance.
Yeah, it's going to be Karma going for the potential sneak pull, but the gunfights are not going his team's way, so now Karma might be in a spot where him or Formal, they're going to have to make the hero play. Ghost Gaming, though, wasting quite a bit of time. Formal's able to get one. He's going to get traded, but yeah, OpTic Gaming, they're able to spawn up. Crimson's coming around the side, get the stop, and now Karma's pouring down the right side. He's able to get out of dodge as well. Player going for the hunt. He's going to get pitched in. Both flags going to get returned. No damage done towards the end, but of course, Ghost Gaming still does have that 1-0 lead.
How surprised you to see them up, at least in the CTF? Like, what's been a very strong mode for OpTic?
Well, in my opinion, I think it should be 2-1 Ghost Gaming. I think if Formal doesn't have that team nade at the start, then that's going to be OpTic Gaming's first flag. And even towards the end there, Pander, he's been playing very, very slow. They had the clean, like, what was it, 3 down? He just never kept pushing. He thought there was one more player left in the base, and I think they had a bit of a wasted opportunity towards the end just because they played too slow. But again, all's well that ends well. They still do have the lead.
And just to update people maybe only watching Alpha, I believe the woes for Rise Nation have continued as they've been 3-0'd by Lightning Pandas. So Lightning Pandas come in, they get a win over Echo Fox, they get a win over Rise Nation. This is suddenly looking like it could be Lightning Pandas' group.
I mean, like, it'd have to be, right? Like, they're going to come out with a fire just because they don't have the opportunity to play in Pro League.
They're playing for a whole lot. Yeah, they're playing
Right.
for a whole lot more here. Absolutely, absolutely. Which you think everybody is when it's $200,000 on the line, but they've got a little bit more when you don't have the security blanket maybe of stage 2, right?
Extra chip on the shoulder. Parasite, though, able to get that flag out, but he is completely by himself. Ghost Gaming needs to push up just to try and give the man a little bit of support. It's going to be GodRx leading the charge. Him and Parasite each able to win their one-on-ones. Now it's all up to Formal. Lacefield was waiting and watching. He's going to get taken down, but Formal eventually going to get traded out. And just like that, Ghost Gaming taking that 2-0 lead.
Wow, Ghost making this series very interesting, like you mentioned, and I think Revenue called for a 3-1. Thought the search is where you might get the upset. Not that shocking, but this is, and there is still a lot of time left to play. But what an impressive performance thus far. Lacefield 16-10, 13-10 out of GodRx. You mentioned the hard point. OpTic had to outslay, and I know it's a little bit of a different story here in something like CTF, but they're getting smoked in that regard.
Yeah, and interesting stat JP pointed out the other day. On this map, men AR players actually have like a .92 KD or something along the lines across the entirety of the league. So this is the one map AR players struggle. Normal, the men AR, 8-14, and more importantly, Crim6, of course, right next to him. But then Pander, yes, he's playing very, very slow, but he's done a solid job, and you can see AR is getting pulled out by Parasite on occasion. So Ghost Gaming, they're a bit more fluid with how they've played this map so far.
Yeah, Parasite's been running the AR, it looks like, and he's on a 4 streak right now, getting into key positions on defense, offense as well. He's going to have to call on a streak. He gets killed before it comes in. He gets killed before the streak comes in. Now you got a big chance here, but it's really going to be Formal by himself. Can't win the gunfight. Oh, he did still get it in. I thought for a second he got killed before it got through.
Well, he got it in, but then he killed his own teammate, and then somehow all of a sudden OpTic Gaming doesn't get the flag out. So potentially a dire situation, but it pans out. Ghost Gaming, like, the luck is just on their side.
Yeah, no, I thought he got killed quickly enough, but no wonder I was confused by the kill feed. I didn't see it pick up anybody on OpTic, so I was like, it doesn't get in. It did. Just more hindrance to the team, but they're still able to win those gunfights. And, Parasite had the streaks. GodRx looking to tack some on as well. His streak now up to 6. It'll end at the glide bomb as he drops, but you still have a glide bomb and an artillery on Parasite. And now these streaks are becoming even more daunting, right? Because it's got to be scary. I mean, you really can't think about necessarily pulling out Mountain right now to deal with the streaks, because then you become so susceptible to the stuns, which is going to make it even more difficult to try and get something going on really either end of this. So you almost have to just try and deal with the streaks. And when you're down 2-0 with 2 minutes to play, that's tough.
At the same time, though, if you get a clean 4 down, you're just going to be away with the flag. So they're just going to need to start picking up kills. You got all 4 players on OG negative. They got a minute and 50 to pull off a miracle. It is a feasible situation, albeit not easy in the slightest, especially not with the way the Ghost Gaming's been playing, and they're not going to turtle up in their base either. They're going on the attack. They got 2 players pushed up the left side. GodRx is going to be posted up in middle. He gets taken down, but worst case scenario for Ghost Gaming here, they could even just go for the sneak cap.
And they do just well. They're not going to do that because he's going to get picked off. Lacefield's still waiting. Is Lacefield going to go for it now? Lacefield will get the touch now. So there comes the flagpole. Karma on the other side, he should be finished. I don't think the help's going to get there in time. So, oh my god, it does. Crimsix able to get it. Crimsix able to get the touch. This nade could be big. He weakens them. Not going to matter. Actually, the bullet's going to go through. There is the return. There's an artillery in the base, and we're reset yet again. OpTic being blanked here in the game 3.
And that situation was just pure chaos, right? Like OpTic, they have to make sure that Lacefield doesn't cap their own flag. They got to deal with the score streaks. And then Crimsix, even if he somehow wins that gunfight, then he's got to deal with an artillery to get through.
I think you saw it really nice visually. Like, think about that pull. Like, the guy that was going to be able to help there quickly was Scump, but Scump had to turn around. You saw it right there on X-Ray. He has to turn around and deal with Lacefield's pull. If not, he's able to help Karma, and more than likely, you get a score in.
Picture perfect situation from Ghost. It just goes to show when you outslay your opponent by, I don't know, 20, 22 kills that we have at the moment, things just kind of tend to go your way. It's been nothing for Ghost Gaming, and I'm surprised. I thought that the CTF game from OpTic Gaming would be strong, and GodRx and Lacefield, they both took it to him. 23 and 15 for God. Lacefield 24 and 14. Hell of a game.
Newly formed teams continue to impress. Open bracket teams continue to impress. This seems to be a weekend of upset surprises, and it continues here on Saturday. Whose event is this to win? Chance, I've got no idea.
Who knows? Maven, who knows? Clearly none of us, but I'm going to back a wild one later on. But either way, that is going to be our 3rd map done and dusted here in the series. Ghost Gaming with the lead. Not something that we all expected, not something that we could see in our crystal balls, but now another map is going to seal this one, and then we go into another hard point. Now, the hard point, the first hard point was all OpTics. It was clean cut, no questions asked. It was their map to have. When we get to that game 5, though, that's where the big question mark appears in this series, Charles.
It does, and I don't know, man, like I'm looking at Panda, right? Like he had a pretty nice performances in game number 2. If he can be that main AR to kind of hook him up on force, they'll be in a decent spot because GodRx and Lacefield are firing on all cylinders right now.
Now, before we actually get back into any more of this one, we have a little bit of an update coming from elsewhere in the competition. We do have, I think it was indeed...
Were you still in my notes, man?
I am indeed.
Well, this is my time to shine.
It was Rise, Lightning Panda. Well, one of us is taking notes, right? We're going to have a quick look at the finish of one of those games. And look, no spoilers, but this is the CTF. I think you know where this one's going, and this is the 3rd map.
And, like, this is what we were talking about. Like, I think it was Methods that kind of brought it up. They talked about it a little bit on the podcast, but, like, people didn't think Methods was necessarily the problem. Like, when TJ has been playing well, this team has been very good. When TJ struggles, they struggle. And he's 8 and 23 right now. Slasher's 25 and 18. Like, what's going wrong with TJ?
Well, TJ, since like 2 events ago, has been playing fake Call of Duty, and he hasn't come back to reality, right? He's been awful since then. He's just in his head. Like, I don't know what it is, but you can't have those performances, right? Like, he's supposed to be one of the better subs in the game. 8-23.
Chance, there was a point where it was like him and Kenny we were talking about. Like they were the 2 18-year-old freaks that were flying around the map, getting like 100 engagements on something. Like before we started even like, before Zuma was the guy that we're hyping up a lot as SMG, like before that it was Kenny and it was TJ. Like it seems so long ago though now since we've talked about TJ really positively. Like he sort of disappeared because not only has he slowed down the respawn, but the impact where he took over Search and Destroy games is also like people are starting to read him a little bit. So, I guess I'm surprised. Well, I have to be surprised. Rise got 3-0 by Lightning Pandas.
They got 3-0 by Lightning Pandas and now 3-0 in their pool. I mean, we think we can now safely say that TJ Halley has had his freak status revoked. You know, things were looking great at the beginning of this game, and now it's all changed. They've still got plenty to play for, but 3-0 in the pools for Lightning Pandas is very, very exciting news nonetheless. John, you made a ton of notes there on the last one in the Flag CTF. Why don't you walk us through what you saw and what excited, what tantalized you?
Well, Chance kind of brought up a bit earlier where Lace and GodRx were just slaying everything in sight. They combined for, what was it, like 49 kills between the two. Formal was also struggling. Coming into today, Formal was one of the top KDs that we had at the event, and you know he finishes that map 12 and 20. OpTic Gaming don't wind up getting a single flag on the board, and coming into this matchup, I thought Ghost Gaming were going to get one map. I thought they were either going to get the Search or the CTF. turns out they get both of them. Now they have a lead in the series, and they have a chance to cause a major upset up against OpTic Gaming.
Well, here we go, back to snowy Belgium. It's going to be an Ardennes hard point between OpTic Gaming and Ghost Gaming. Ghost up by 2 in the series. Can they close it out here, or do OpTic have a chance to push a Game 5? Chance, Maven, take it away.
Well, I think the one nice thing for Ghost, at least thinking about that Game 1, is Forest, a very, very different map than London Docks.
Absolutely. Now it's going to be back to the ARs like you had Formal, who just had a pretty horrid map number 3. You expect him to have a field day on this map to start to bounce back. And Crim, how many slow games does he have back-to-back? Not very many. So I have faith in the OpTic Gaming camp right now, but it is Ghost Gaming in the hill first thing.
Parasite is the self-proclaimed best AR in the game, so he's got a test here against Formal.
Wait, hold on. When did he say that?
I believe it was at some point, like earlier this year.
Oh,
he's like,
okay. I disagree,
maybe it
but
was
all
one
right.
of the best ARs, but I think he said I'm the best. Or I could have made that all up. But so far, good start. He's 2-0.
Doing AR things on Forest. His job is sit inside the hill, let your teammate run around everywhere, and just rack up a substantial amount of time, and so far so good. Pressure coming in from OpTic Gaming though, and just like that, it is going to be Crim. He's able to pick up 2, gets inside the hill. It looks like Ghost Gaming going to have at least one player try to fight for this, and Crim6 is having none of it. That's going to shut down the last 20 seconds going to OpTic Gaming. Of course, that early rotation, Ghost Gaming is going to be there first.
Rotation now in. They have a 4-on-2 advantage right now for Ghost, so they're set up very nicely here. Not going to have your first legitimate crack at this for OpTic Gaming until Crim6 rotates out and helps. But as Formal gets a pick, well, he drops almost immediately, so not applying pressure yet. Here we go. Now the 4th man's going to be in. Crim6 able to wrap around the back and find a kill. He's working towards some streaks right now, and he is lining them up. He senses the spawn is coming in, and there's the shot from Crim. The glide bomb in, and he's playing his life right now, trying to see if he can get those additional streaks, but falls just a little bit short, Chance.
Yeah, the good news is streaks. The bad news is the hill time. Ghost Gaming just sat inside the hill that entire time. Parasite really didn't have to move. Finally, they're able to clear it out. You see the investment of the glide bomb already. And OpTic Gaming, not only do they use the streaks to get control, they got the hill time, and more importantly, they have the spawns for next. So even if Ghost Gaming gets a miracle break, OpTic Gaming in a decent spot, all that pressure coming in though. It's going to be a flood. Scump has players in front of him, and well, he's got Crim6 behind him, able to get 2. Player sneaks through. Scump not going to be able to take him down. Parasite having himself a pretty decent game so far, 5-2.
He absolutely is, and they've needed it because you've had a slow start from Pander and Lacefield. Crim really the one dominating on the other end of things, but now Lacefield's starting to heat up. As soon as you call his name, from 1-6 to 3-6, some shots in the Karma there in front bunker as well, but the bunker setup looks very nice for OpTic Gaming. They've got the back controlled, they're into front window, they have the fire cut controlled, so they don't have to worry about anyone flooding through there. This is exactly what you want from OpTic, and they're going to start to push out a lead here in a matter of seconds.
Yeah, exactly what we saw in London Docks. OpTic just in complete control. You got a player who's that Pander that he had to flank all the way around through Dome just to get the opening, but the contest is actually coming in, and OpTic Gaming doesn't flood the front. They're going to sit back and wait for the kills, and that's because Karma, well, he wants to make sure that he can get even more score streaks. OpTic Gaming, I think they have to be one of the best, if not the best teams in the game at just earning streaks in hardpoint.
It's funny though, because they don't really, talking to them beforehand, like, they liked when Valkyrie came in because streaks weren't as influential. Like, they hate losing to teams because they get streaks, so like they'd rather it be gun on gun and not worry about streaks. But yeah, I agree. I mean, with the slaying power they have, you think that'd be something that would allow them to take over the game. At least now, maybe with them being a little bit harder to earn, they'll become more influential for them. But a glide bomb will get invested here. That's going to pick a player off a cabin, which should help them get set up for East Road. I thought Karma was just going to fly towards cabin and get that, but here he goes. Try to get that position, make sure they aren't getting set up, wants to just fire a warning shot at his teammate on the cross.
And this is huge, right? You make sure you clear out to get that cabin control. Karma's going to be in the right spot. And now it's worst case scenario. OpTic Gaming just doesn't get much hill time. But there's no way they lose the hill once you get control of cabin. Karma in just a dominant position. So you see, even if Ghost Gaming wants to get inside, they're just going to have to deal with way too much. OpTic can flood the hill, throw in nades. Karma's just going to sit off to the side the entire time. It's a perfect spot.
It's a great use from that glide bomb, right? It just allows him to get into this position. Now, does it give them a lot of time? No, but it makes sure, like you said, Ghost Gaming can't get a lot of time. They've gotten to the hard point now behind some smoke use, but you look at the kill feed, it's all going to be OpTic Gaming as they're able to burst on through. Bit of a split spawn now. You've got, what, Pander on one side of the map, the other 3 are going to spawn out bunker. They haven't been able to win any gunfights, so Ghost Gaming will start to take control. We'll see if they can get set up in cave.
I don't know if Pander flanked or if he got the God spawn, but either way, Ghost Gaming had a pinch just set up for
Yeah,
them.
no, he did. He was, I think, the lone man that was kind of a bridge. The other 3 spawned out, so it was, yeah, just sort of gifted in a little bit of a way.
Well, They'll take it, but OpTic Gaming going to storm right back. Scump pushing inside the hill. Not shy to take the gunfights, and if he doesn't win it with the gun, the nade's going to do the trick, but Karma going to be right behind him. So again, just control from OpTic, and of course, you got to keep in mind, you see, it's armored right now, so the streaks are on the other side of things. When those get called in, they're going to get spotted, and those can be devastating on a map like Forest.
Now, we've talked a lot about the slaying throughout this. You mentioned in game 1 that OpTic had to have the slaying edge. They destroyed. They're doing that again here. They weren't able to do it in the CTF, but just look at it. I mean, Panda really struggling. Lacefield struggling. It's really been GodRx and Parasite carrying the load for Ghost Gaming. And on the other end, everybody positive to even for OpTic Gaming. But Ghost, I mean, you still feel pretty good, you think, if you've got 2 players around double negative and you're only going to be trailing by 16 points.
I suppose, but this is the hill right here on Ruins where things might just get out of hand. If Karma needs to, he can just call in the streaks and just pretty much get that like at least 3 men down, because again, he was able to earn the fighter pilot. It got bumped up to what, 850, but he had it anyway, but he doesn't need to use it because OpTic Gaming is winning every single gunfight all the way across the map, and you see the push. Scump is mid-map, they had Form on the right side, Crim's on the left, and yes, 2 players fall, but you at least appreciate the attempt of having full control of the map.
And look at, you saw Crim get hit by a stun there. I believe he's got, what, infantry he was running on his sub because it had 4 stacked. He had 4 attachments on it. We saw, I think, Scump do that yesterday, I believe, in a series. Well, you mentioned that the fighter pilot would eventually come in. Can we hop back to Crim for a second when he comes off spawn? Just curious if he's still doing that. Okay, so he switched back. He had a 4 stack on that for just a moment.
It's worth mixing things up. Might just have a class that he wants to break out for a specific hill.
I've only seen OpTic do it thus far, just Scump and Crimsix. I'm curious if that's something we'll, I don't know, maybe see trend a little bit more.
Next level thinking, but the next hill is going to be in control of Ghost Gaming. So you see what? The fighter pilot gets used. OpTic Gaming, who had early control of Runes, didn't get a huge amount off of it. So yeah, Ghost Gaming might be right back into this game. And that's with 2 players double neg. How teams keep pulling this off against OpTic Gaming, I have no idea, but it seems to be consistent, but they still have a long way to go. But the players inside the hill are doing okay. Karma, though, trying to get the cutoff kills, but you got to finish the gunfights. Like that one.
Yeah, able to finish that before he will be traded, but this is looking like we might have a Ghost lead here in a matter of moments, despite being outslayed, like you said, but it's going to be a 3-man hit coming in through a field. Panda going to have some pressure coming to him around the backside. GodRx is able to hit through fire and at least disrupt the push for a moment, but slowly but surely, the gunfights go the way of OpTic Gaming. The retain control, but, you know, the, what, 30, 40-point advantage that you once saw for OpTic Gaming has evaporated now. Goes right back into this one, and you got to think if Panda or Lacer, one of those guys start to pick it up, this could very well be a Ghost Gaming 3-1 victory.
Potentially. Of course, things to think about. Karma, once again, he's going to have the AR on that wood heady, so you got to keep cap control. That's the main key for East Road, and this is where he earned streaks last time. Now, very far away from streaks once again, but the situation still remains. OpTic Gaming, they should be able to win this hill without too much of an issue. Worst case scenario for them, it's going to be about a 50-50 split.
Crimsix with a nice little, well, I was going to say nice little flank here, but Panda reads him like a book and wraps back to pick up the gunfight. Scump doing what damage he can from that cabin alley. Karma still just set up here. He's your last line of defense in many ways. If you get a bunch of players from Ghost in, he's the one that's able to wrap back and make it. But they do get the full clear, so now you're able to get maybe a little bit of valuable time for Ghost Gaming is get the 4 down, you spawn them all out bridge, and you can apply some pressure.
Well, OpTic Gaming trying to bounce back. The nades and guns are going to come into effect to clear out Ghost Gaming, so it's going to be roughly a 20-point game going back to cave. And there's plenty of time left on the clock as well, 3 minutes. I know sometimes that comes into play where on Forest it can be run down, but we're going to see a finish. Someone's going to get to 250, and it is anyone's game at this point. As you pointed out, someone's going to need to heat up for Ghost Gaming, and Lacefield might very well be that guy, playing aggressive, up in the front bunker, but going to get taken down by the team shots coming in from Karma and Scump.
4 streaks being invested from OpTic Gaming. Can Ghost break through? Some smokes out to try and cut off that line of sight from bunker. Parasite tries to peek and challenge the edge. Around the back, it's going to be Lacefield. He is starting to heat up. He's now up to 22 and 25 on a 4 streak right now, and that's going to get them control of cave. Nice win by Scump to at least open things up and, I don't know, create an alley of pressure here for OpTic Gaming to try and get in towards cave, but you still have to get through Parasite as he's making the plays in field. These smokes continue to make this difficult for OpTic Gaming from bunker side.
You smoke off from bunker, you have clear run just straight through no man's land, and you can come up the back. That was perfectly executed twice by Ghost, who also, by the way, have been able to, well, potentially win the setup over to the next hill. The nades, though, going to take GodRx outside of the hill. Now it's going to come down to those in-hill gunfights. Parasite wants to be the best they are, but Scump, one of the best SMGs, is going to take him down. and OpTic Gaming do have control of Ruins. It's a 3-point game, maybe.
Here we go. Can Ghost get the break? 2 kills gonna go their way. 2 spawn out towards bunker for OpTic Gaming. It's gonna be the bridge spawn for Ghost as they continue to race forward. Ghost now getting into the hard point. Lacefield roaming around you. He is heated up so big. He was, what, double negative, almost close to triple negative. Pander's improved massively as well. And a big part of why they've gotten right back into this game and into the hard point. They've got a nice setup, finally able to get 2 top control here. They've got presence in you as well. And with 20 seconds remaining, obviously they can't win it here, but they're certainly pushing forward for their biggest lead in this game 4.
Well, OpTic really needs to cut their losses and make sure they hold on to bunker right now. Lacefield's trying to push up mid-map. He got 2 players stacked, and he's able to find one. He got pressure coming in from Bell as well. And you see already Karma spawning on the other side of the map. It might turn into a foot race, and that's 2 members of OpTic to spawn out. Ghost Gaming, they just need 20 points and they win this game. And right now, they have all the advantages over towards bunker.
They gotta go. They have 1 player isolated inside a bunker right now. They're about to get flanked through Fire Alley. They're able to win that gunfight, and now the push comes in. OpTic cleared out. OpTic spawning out. There's the break you need for Ghost, and this is looking like a Ghost victory.
They're going to be able to get it. Parasite's got the cuts. Just 10 more seconds before they win this game. The player mid-map gets stopped by Lacefield. The nades aren't going to be enough. The smokes aren't going to be enough. They got to get towards this hill to contest, but the cuts are there. Crimsix, though, trying to get inside. They got to sprint. They got to dive. They got to go when they're in. They're trying to win the gunfights, and they do. Pander, though, wins the one-on-one against Karma in the hill to give Ghost Gaming the win at the final second.
3-1. Ghost versus OpTic. What a barn burner. My word, fellas, 3-1. It's Ghost. Walk away with a win there.
So Ghost push what? MB to the brink to a game 5. Then they come in here and get a victory over OpTic. That is impressive stuff from a team coming out of the open bracket. And we haven't seen a lot of that this